Matchup happened just a few couple days ago on the 15th of February, an 83-52 win for Illinois Wesleyan against this Big Blue team. They've had a couple games in between. They've been able to work out some kinks, but it'll be interesting to see how they rematch here tonight.
You mentioned working out the kinks. This is a Millikin team similar to Wheaton in the first game. They had to play a quarterfinal contest on Tuesday. Millikin tasked with one of the longest trips in conference, going up to Tarbell Arena and defeating number 3 Carthage in the quarterfinals to even get to the Shirk Center. Millikin finished 2-0 in Kenosha, defeated the Firebirds in the regular season as well at Tarbell Arena. And like you said, Caden, this Big Blue team just seems to figure out certain ways to win games. However, going back to that last contest on Senior Day against Illinois Wesleyan, the Titans got out fast and didn't look back.
No, they did not. I mean, a 30-10 first quarter. After playing for 10 minutes, having a 20-point lead, the confidence level there just immediately puts you through the roof. But then you got work to do, and Millikin wasn't able to put in enough work to really keep themselves in that one for a minute. And that kind of resulted in the outcome we saw. You know, when you, like I said, if you go down 20, that's never an easy task to overcome. And not like Wesleyan took their foot off the gas pedal.
We'll take a look at some of the plays from that Senior Day celebration for the Titans. But first, assistant coach Brian Ersman joins us on the other side on IWSports.com. Pre-game before the second CCIW semifinal between Illinois Wesleyan and Millikin. Matt Sossler alongside Titan assistant coach Brian Ersman. Coach coming off of a win against Augustana. We'll dive deeper into that, but first a timeout. 30 seconds. We'll be right back on IWSports.com.
Let me try that one.
Yeah, try this one.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Back at the Shirk Center, Matt Sossler alongside Titan assistant coach Brian Ersman. Coach coming off of a regular season win against Augustana last week. Now the fun begins. The postseason. To add on to that, Millikin on a Friday night. What could be better? How have you spent the last week with a bye and hosting rights, getting ready for this pivotal matchup?
It's been interesting. A little bit in the sense that we didn't know if we were going to be playing until Wednesday. So we had a couple days to obviously, we've played each team twice, so it's third time around. We know each other very well. We're right down the road. But it was nice to focus on ourselves a little bit before focusing on an opponent.
Against Augustana, it wasn't the best game played by you guys. You had everything locked up, ready to go, and you're able to accomplish two things. Get out of there with a win and stay healthy. How have you ramped it back up, given that the days are numbered potentially in this season, given it's tournament time?
Yeah, I think you just appreciate each day and attack each day, with the best that you have. And we have an experienced group, and that is something that, you can't coach, is that experience that they've been through. We have 4 seniors who have been in postseason play, been in conference tournament championship games, and that's something, that's invaluable.
Before we dive deeper into the Big Blue, 5 all-conference selectees, the most by any program since the conference started, handed those out. What does it mean to have that? Potentially, we might not know who's the starting five, but potentially your starting five is all conference.
Right. It's special, and I'm really happy that each of them got recognized. I actually thought we could have got 6 on the all-conference team, but 5 is also great, and I think it speaks to the depth and the balance that we have. And it's nice to know. I think that if they were on, each individual was on another team, they would probably have higher stats, higher numbers. But that balance and winning really paid off, and I'm glad that they did individually get honored.
Matt Sossler alongside Titan assistant coach Brian Ayersman. It's the 3rd time facing off against Millikin. They're right down the road. You faced off against them 2 weeks ago at the Shirk. How does that scout alter the 3rd time through?
Yeah, I think, we played really well the last time we played them here, so we know they're going to come out really hard, especially at the beginning of the game to keep fighting, and we'd expect nothing less. We're not going to make we can't predict what adjustments they're going to make. We think they may change things up, but, things for us are always the same. We want to push on offense and pressure the ball on defense.
Nikel Johnson and Emily Berneisen are the reason why this Millikin team is here tonight and not watching at home. What are the plans to stop them?
Yeah, Nikel Johnson, obviously, she's a great player. We talked about just her level of athleticism, her speed, and her power that she plays with. We have to have team defense on her. We don't want to leave it 1v1. And Berneisen, she's a senior. She wants to continue her career. She played really well. She used to be known as just a shooter, but now she's really putting the ball on the floor and attacking. So, again, controlled closeouts on her and be in some gaps.
Matt Sossler alongside Titan assistant coach Brian Ayersman. Before I let you go, your keys to playing tomorrow.
Yep, offensive push, play together, and speed them up, make them be uncomfortable.
Titan assistant coach Brian Ayersman. Coach, thanks so much for the time. Good luck today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Pre-game resumes right after this on IWSports.com.
What is
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care, from general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
what is
Back at the Shirk Center, Matt Sossler, Caden Sexton, the 3rd chapter of the trilogy between the Titans and the Millikin Big Blue, given that Millikin is 30 minutes down the road. Both sides showing up in full force as we near tip time. It's going to be a packed house at the Shirk Center. And let's take a look at some of the key players to watch. You see on your screen right now the straw that stirred the drink for Millikin last year. Elise Knudsen, a much shorter commute for her tonight, just up the road from ISU. However, the Big Blue are going to have to play this one without their 2,000-point scorer, with a much different look. And without further ado, our players to watch, starting with Millikin, their post, Nikel Johnson.
Nikel Johnson, second team CCIW. It's for a reason. She's able to get 12.3 a night. She's able to grab just under 6 boards, and she does it all coming off the bench in most of the games for the Big Blue. She also took home the title of Newcomer of the Year. It just speaks to the impact that she's had on this team and what she kind of brings to this conference.
And for the Titans, there's a lot to choose from, and we're going with the most prolific player against the Big Blue, the senior out of Amboy, Mallory Powers.
As you see on your screen there, one of the when she played the Big Blue, she grabbed 19 and 8, just short in the first matchup. The second matchup, 18 and 5. So taking a little bit of a dip, but that's not to mean that she doesn't have a big impact every single time she goes out on the floor. I mean, she averages 11 points, she averages 6 rebounds. She's going to go out there and she's going to disrupt on offense and on defense, and teams got to be ready for her, and the Big Blue have to as well.
Individually, Mallory's 32 points away from becoming the 4th active Titan to join the 1,000-point club. We'll take one more time out and check in with Alex Bardenitis on IWSports.com.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And. Here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
Pre-game at the Shirk Center, Matt Sossler and Caden Sexton. The Titans about to duel with the Millikin Big Blue. And with more on this rivalry, here's Alex Bardenitis.
Thank you, Matt. Illinois Wesleyan and Millikin have met in the conference tournament 8 times since the league began hosting the tournament in 2003. Iowa clings to a 5-3 edge in the all-time series, but Millikin University came out on top in the latest postseason meeting between the two. The Titans were down 82-65 in the semifinals of the 2023 tournament in Decatur, 1 year after Illinois Wesleyan knocked off Millikin 80-73 in the 2022 CCIW tournament title game. Illinois Wesleyan held steady inside the top 5 in both the D3Hoops.com and WBCA top 25 polls as of February 24th. Illinois Wesleyan ranks 3rd in the D3 Hoops and 4th in the WCA poll. Back to you, Matt.
Thank you, Alex. The Titans flipping between 4th and 5th in the NPI. We'll keep our eye on that as a very big weekend of college basketball rolls along. Teams fighting for tournament spots, hosting rights, seating, and all that jazz. But first, a trip in the conference championship. Alex talked about these two teams in the postseason. They did not meet last year. Millikin fell to Carroll in the conference semifinal. Illinois Wesleyan also lost to Carroll in the conference championship. In 2023, Millikin went on to win the conference championship. Illinois Wesleyan, they look to win the title for the first time since 2022. However, like we talked about, this Millikin team is a lot different. No Elise Knutson, no Bailey Kaufman, no Sophie Darden. Those three were major players for the Big Blue. And on top of that, a new head coach, Kirsten Hammer, in her first season at the lead of Millikin, finished with a 9-17 record, 7-9 in league play. Olivia Lett has moved on to Springfield, so there's a lot of knowns based on the first matchup between the Titans and the Big Blue down in Decatur, coupled with Senior Day here at the Shirk. But it's postseason play, and given how this CCIW has run, there's a lot of unknowns in terms of how this will go. Let's now send it down courtside to public address announcer Tony Bankston for the pregame ceremonies.
Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the Shirk Center on the campus of Illinois Wesleyan University for today's second semifinal in the 2025 College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin Women's Basketball Tournament. Tonight's contest in the second semifinal features the Big Blue of Millikin University. And the Titans of Illinois Wesleyan University. The Big Blue enters tonight's contest with an overall record of 9-17, 7-9 in the CCIW. They are coached by Kristen Hammer. The Titans enter tonight's contest with an overall regular season record of 24 wins and 1 loss, 15-1 in the CCIW. They are coached by Maya Smith. The College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin and all of its members promote good sporting behavior by student athletes, coaches, and fans. We request your cooperation in supporting the student athletes and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at student athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. The CCIW has many traditions, but bad behavior is not one of them. We appreciate your cooperation in creating a safe and positive game environment. Respect, it's the name of the game. At this time, we would like to recognize the all-conference student athletes who are competing in tonight's contest. From Millikin University, a member of the second team, Nikel Johnson. From Illinois Wesleyan University, on the second team, Kate Palmer. Also on the second team, Sawyer White. Members of the first team, Ava Bardick. Also on the first team, Lauren Huber. And rounding out the first team, Mallory Powers. Let's give all of these players one more big round of applause. All CCIW.
Sullivan Mary. Renison from way downtown. Second one to go. She might have shot that one. Tellis is going to fire up a 3. That one's good. Damage for long. Renison's now going to drive north-south. She's going to kick it back to Tellis. Tellis fires a 3 good. Emily White's going to fire a 3. That one's good. Bananas doubly fires a 3. Gets it to go. Lucas now with 7. Tatum Young inside of the trees. Gets one to go from Renison. Inside to Johnson. She gets her first 2 of the afternoon.
And now the starting lineup for the Big Blue of Millikin University. At guard, a 5'6" senior from Coralville, Iowa, number 7, Matea Tellis. At guard, a 6' senior from Sullivan, Illinois, number 10, Emily White. At guard, a 5'7" senior from Philo, Illinois, number 13, Kylie Block. Also at guard, a 5'8" sophomore from Sullivan, Illinois, number 21, Izzy Hay. And at guard, a 5'11" senior from Springfield, Illinois, number 30, Emily Renison. And now, the starting lineup for the Titans of Illinois Wesleyan. At guard, a 5'8" junior from Downers Grove, Illinois, number 2, Sawyer White. At guard, a 5'8" senior from Lombard, Illinois, number 5, Lauren Huber. At guard, a 5'6" junior from Lincolnshire, Illinois, number 22, Ava Bardick. At guard, a 5'10 senior from Amboy, Illinois, number 23, Mallory Powers. And at guard, a 5'10 senior from Geneva, Illinois, number 24, Kate Palmer.
The starting lineups from the Shirk Center: Matt Sossler alongside Caden Sexton. Maya Smith in her 27th season, a record of 521 and 208. Rolls out all 5 of her all-conference selectees. Kirsten Hammer in her first season goes with Tellis, White, Block, Hay, and Brent Eisen. Similar group that started on the Senior Day game 2 weeks ago here at the Shirk. The winner has Carroll in tomorrow night's conference championship game, and we're underway in the postseason. Titans control the tap. Huber with a seam. Can't open the books. Tapped around. Offensive rebound. Palmer. Titans 0 for 2. Chance for a third opportunity. White gives it away.
You know, the forwards of Wesleyan are already putting their hands up. They might not have a clear shot at a rebound, but they're at least tipping it to their players.
The team leader in blocks, Ava Bardick, strikes again. Huber, a rare triple, and the Titans are 0 for 3 to start.
Yeah, that's 2 missed threes already. They have the courage to shoot. It's very early, but we'll see if they want to keep firing from the arc or if they try to go more in the paint like they did that first attack.
Emily White, who scored first 2 weeks ago. It's one of their best three-point shooters in Kylie Block. 7 on the shot clock. Time expiring. Shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation. Possession. Titans.
You know, that's just a mental mistake right there, and it's hard to have those in the playoffs. Again, for Illinois Wesleyan, they're probably going to get in no matter winning conference or not, but for the Big Blue, you have to win the conference to stay alive. 1 loss and it's over. That's not the mistake you can make early.
Backdoor Palmer, and that both teams cold to start.
You know, it's okay to be cold to start, but it'll be interesting to see if the first team to light it up keeps the momentum going or if both teams ignite the fire at the same time.
White knocks it off of Hay.
Possession. Titans.
The Titans have had their opportunities, just haven't found the bottom of the bucket. They put up 30 points in the first quarter last time against Millikin. Huber. Bardick with a step back. Toe on the line opens the books.
Only a 2, but we can already see the press starting for Wesleyan. They want to play fast pace, and we saw it there, just trying to get buckets quick.
Dump off. Hay. Can't draw us even. Powers with the board.
Millikin wanting to use it and take advantage of that press and play quick themselves, unsuccessful.
White with the teardrop.
Going baseline to baseline there. It's not something you see all the time from this Wesleyan team when it's got 5 all-conference starters.
Errant pass taken away by Powers from her favorite spot. Too much. 3-point shooting, not the Titans' friend in the early going. Johnson takes a knee at the scorer's table.
She's not just second team all-conference, she is the newcomer of the year in the CCIW.
9 to shoot. Mismatch block. Strikes first for Millikin.
Yeah, Block played in 29 of the minutes the last time the Big Blue were in this building, but only recorded 3 points.
White from deep, and the Titans just can't find an answer.
Currently sit 0 for 4 from the 3 arc. It's early, but they haven't been wanting to stop shooting them. They just haven't gotten one to land yet. Huber was itching for that steal there.
Block a triple, no high hands. Toilet bowls around. Skip pass. Power straight on. Book it.
That's why they kept shooting the three.
Allows them to also set up their R&J. Reneisen. Titans misaligned defensively.
Block wants to drive, but Sawyer White is getting her physicality and showing it off.
Finds Emily White on the back door, can't close the layup. Reneisen with the answer.
Beautiful second chance points there by the Big Blue. They were able to just pass it around until they found their open offensive star.
Huber can't get the first go. She heads to the line for two. The program's all-time leading scorer. Surpassed Tracy Butler last Saturday in Rock Island.
A change of three for the Big Blue, but you know, that's exactly what Huber needs to do if she doesn't get her first make, but then she got that rebound. You don't always get your rebound when you got three blue jerseys surrounding you. Just being able to go to the charity stripe is what you're looking for there if you're Huber.
On Tellis, her first, team's first. Huber entering today, shooting 77% from the free throw line. Perfect pair. Malaya Carter fresh into the game. Cross-court pass taken away by Bardick. Palmer with space. Got it.
You know, something I noticed watching back that Millikin against Illinois Wesleyan game the first time in this building is Wesleyan loves to just get into the paint and find the open player on the arc. That wasn't really a traditional one, but when they got the clear ball on that steal, the set of eyes immediately went behind that green line, not trying to go to the hoop.
Carter found a bailout. The Big Blue have a chance to settle things down. Tellis with some space at stake tomorrow night. Hay throws it away, and the Titans make them pay.
Checks back in, replaces Sarah Valley.
You know, that's what's going to keep happening as long as the Titans keep holding on and playing strong collective team unit defense.
Palmer wants Bardick. Foul called away from the ball. It's on Hay. Her first, team's first of the quarter.
That is her first and the team's first.
Nicole Johnson in foul trouble with two. Leading scorer for Millikin.
Not out there right now due to the fouls, and it's definitely going to take a damper on this group.
Powers can't finish, gets her own board. White walled off, 6 to shoot. Huber in trouble, Titans in disarray.
You know, that's one of the rare opportunities we've seen Millikin not allow a shot they did not allow a shot. It was we heard the buzzer, but just being able to stay strong on defense is going to be a key to Millikin creeping back into this one and staying in this one throughout.
Tellis, mismatch on Huber. Deep shot clock, Breneisen from way downtown. Huber with the board.
Yeah, the Big Blue took all 30 of their seconds to set up their shot and even got Sawyer White jumping, just a shot a little bit too hot.
Huber can't finish. The eyes get big, and sometimes you come up just a bit short. Blocked by White. 2-on-1 if she hurries. Finds Palmer.
And that's kind of what's going to keep happening is Sawyer White doesn't need to always be the one that takes the shot. She's got 5 conference players with herself.
Tap by Palmer into White's hands. Bardick from her favorite spot. Huber with the board and the foul.
Huber gets another foul, but it would have been interesting to see what happened if she let that ball fly. She's currently shooting 1 for 5 in the game from the field, 2 for 2 from the stripe, which she's going to get 2 more in a moment.
Huber with 4 points and 6 rebounds.
Also,
Sarah Bali returns. Kate Palmer takes a seat. Huber 2 of 2 from the free throw line today. Titans riding an 8-0 run over the last 4 minutes.
Huber will go to the bench after these 2 shots.
Knudsen at the scorer's table. That's if she makes this one. Another deuce.
For Lauren Huber. Big Knudsen in for the Titans. She replaces Lauren Huber.
Eisen, successful press break. Foul called on White.
Fouls on the Titans, Sawyer White.
Team's first,
That is
her first.
Fouls like that come when you get as aggressive as she is, but that's never going to stop her from always going to swat the ball away, getting physical on her opponent. I mean, even right now, she's always near the ball carrier, and if not, trying to run toward after that basketball if it's loose.
Both of Millikin's posts, Hay and Johnson, have 2 fouls, 7 minutes until halftime. White got her hand in the lane.
Yeah, those guards are itching for a steal. I mean, they've already got 8, and we've just played 13 minutes of this game.
Millikin's turned it over 13 times. Another deep timer. White with the spin, Powers with the foul. That's her second. First Titan to reach the 2 foul mark. Check that, it's on Bali, so it's to the benefit of Illinois Wesleyan.
2 free throws for the Big Blue, Emily White.
Getting different reports. We'll see who, check that. We'll see who gets credit for the foul. Book says Powers. PA says Bali. So we'll get clarification. It's the second on either. Powers still on.
2 free throws, Emily White.
White makes both. She shot 68 from the line so far this season, or entering today's game.
We'll get clarification on who that was charged to in just a moment. Bardick in trouble. Skip pass. Powers from the corner. Rebounded by Hay.
They let Powers take that shot. It was Bella Dudley who was in the area and kind of went to the other player. I don't know if she thought a pass was coming or not, but an open 3 there.
Hay fouled on her way up. So Millikin is trying to slow the game down. That's on Bardick, her first. And that's what you don't want if you're Illinois Wesleyan, is to give Millikin a chance to earn some points with the clock stopped.
And now Maya Smith just trying to calm down her team. Just take them a deep breath. Don't need to foul every trip and don't need to keep fouling. Is probably the message.
Huber and Palmer back to the scorer's table. Split pair. Powers with the board.
Not surprised on the split pair. She shoots 61 from the stripe so far this year.
Powers' 3rd rebound. Titans have gone cold, 1 of their last 5 from the floor. Knudsen changes the narrative. Coach Hammer pleading with Eisen to get it over. She does. Knocked out of bounds by Bardick.
Palmer and Lauren Huber checking in for the
White and Powers take a seat. And indeed, that foul was on Bali. Her second. Powers still with 1.
It's a zone defense right now, but it looks like man because of how close everybody is for the Big Blue.
Mismatch. 3 ball from Dudley is a splash. Second 3-point field goal for Millikin.
Both teams have the same amount of made threes. It's just Illinois Wesleyan has attempted double.
Huber, pull up. Bardick bails her out, gives it right back. In transition, Carter reverses. Hay and Millikin scored 5 straight.
Thought about slowing things down. Instead, Hay had other plans.
Palmer fouled on her way up. That's on Carter. Her first.
She wanted to bring the tempo and the momentum back to her side. You know, the Big Blue are inching back into this one, only down 11. Wanted to make a statement bucket there.
She replaces Emily White. Kate Palmer shoot 2.
Palmer shooting 81% entering today. Her first trip to the line. It's a way to slow down the pace and the momentum. Both teams with 3 fouls in the second quarter midway through. Coach Smith takes a timeout. It extends to a media timeout. We'll take it with him. Titans up 32-19 on IWSports.com.
I can see it now. The smell of the grass on the quad. That sense of excitement in the air each fall. It feels like yesterday. While I'm no longer 18, I know there are students out there ready for an opportunity like I had. For the space to discover passions, bond over dreams, and make lifelong friends. Breakthrough at Illinois Wesleyan University.
Halfway done in the second quarter, Illinois Wesleyan with a 32-19 lead over Millikin. Matt Sossler, Caden Sexton, Alex Bardnitis on the sidelines. Kate Palmer with 2 free throws. But Millikin has scored 5 of the last 7 points, and Dudley continues the streak for the visitors.
You know, I thought she was going to kick it out to Matea Tellis. Instead, knows that she can make that shot. It's it's an acrobatic make, but one that keeps the momentum on the Big Blue side.
Palmer gets the roll. She has the last 4 for Wesleyan.
And that is exactly what she's been looking for, that statement bucket when Big Blue scores a big one on their end.
Travel called on Dudley with nobody around.
Yeah, the tempo of play that Illinois Wesleyan brings is what allows those mental mistakes to be made. They broke the press, they got the open shooter, but then just thought about it an extra half second because she knew that people were coming in hot.
Kate Palmer, the first Titan into double figures. Reaches that mark for the 16th time this year. Huber. Powers thought about it. Knutson has a lane and finishes.
The Titans have a not back down policy right now in the paint. They're going to keep cleaning the glass and keep putting them back up.
Taken away by Palmer. 2-on-1 if the Titans hurry. Now a 3-on-2. Bardick. Johnson back in the game with a pair of fouls for the stretch run of this quarter.
You know, it's dangerous to put her back in, but when she's your leading point scorer, when she's your leading rebounder, newcomer of the year, you need her presence in this game to stay in it because it's a win-or-go-home situation.
Jousting with Knutson.
Fouls on number 20 for the Titans, Kate Knutson.
And it's on Knutson, her first and the team's 4th. So Millikin will shoot the rest of the way with the next foul.
Wesleyan has 3, so only 1 to give before the Big Blue starts shooting as well, Matt.
Block with space, knocks it down. Block with 5 points, her first made 3 of the day.
The Titans got a 9-point lead at the end of the first quarter, and ever since then, the Big Blue has been within 12. Door has not been shut, but they still need to make up ground. They got plenty of time to do it, Matt.
Powers with the setback. Tapped around, block. And the Big Blue with a chance to get it down to single digits. Dudley against Knutson, back-to-back triples.
And Sawyer White immediately got the call off the bench after that three.
Palmer turns it over. Slow to get up. Never got fully back, creates a one-on-one. Can't finish through contact. Huber cleans it up. Another turnover. Huber throws out of bounds off the hands of a Millikin player. So that gives the Titans a chance to catch their breath.
Also Sawyer White in for the Titans.
More or less the Big Blue to catch their breath with the tempo being the Titan way right now.
Well, with Palmer behind the 8 ball, they were playing 5-on-4 the last couple sequences. I'd say both sides able to regain composure. Bardick from Powers. Carter with the rebound. Long three. Huber with the rebound. That's her 9th. Stretch pass. Slowed down. Palmer fouled. That's on White. Her first. And the team's 4, so now the Titans will shoot the rest of the way.
Palmer already leads the way with 11 points in this contest. She's going to get the chance to add 2 more. She's just very confident right now, especially in the paint, not willing to back down.
Palmer, the vocal leader, senior captain of this Titans squad. Misses her first free throw of the day. That's also the first miss for the Titans, the rate of 9. Split pair. Palmer takes it away. Gets it back. And finishes a great sequence.
That batted around the rim for a little bit. Sawyer White got it a little too hot and had to dish it back out. Thankfully, it got another point.
Coach Smith wants a jump ball. A foul called on Palmer. Coach Smith, perplexed, and just a grin from the senior out of Geneva.
The arena's letting them hear it, and Smith walked all the way back down once the ref made the call to continue pleading her case. Now she has to watch 2 free throws from her own bench.
That's the biggest thing, is that it's free throws. It's Palmer's first personal foul. But Millikin, who was under duress offensively, is able to get a point out of that possession. Under a minute until half. Bardick, another triple. Now, she's got 9. Johnson was open for a second. Big mismatch with White down there. Answer from Emily White goes.
It's the 5th 3 for Millikin. Only 4 for Titans, and they've taken 5 more from beyond the arc.
Powers, shot clock off. Titans can hang on for the last shot. White, 6. To Knutson, knocked away. Berneisen, too much. So similar to the end of the first quarter, chaos at the end of the second, but nobody can find the bottom of the net. And Illinois Wesleyan outscores Millikin 25-20 in the second quarter. Another successful second 10 for the green and white, and they lead by 14 at the intermission. We'll break down the first half on IWSports.com.
At NCAA championships, noise is made here. Memories are made here. Champions win here. The only thing missing here is you. The NCAA Division III Softball Championship coming to Bloomington, Illinois this May. Get your tickets today at ncaa.com/tickets.
Gator with the right side, the cutter to Hardy for the throwdown. A senior day to remember for Grant Hardy with an
CCIW's Respect Award.
Halftime at the Shirk Center, Illinois Wesleyan keeping Millikin at an arm's length, leading 45-31 midway through the second CCIW semifinal. The winner has Carroll tomorrow night. Matt Sossler alongside Caden Sexton. Wesleyan's largest lead was 17 at 45-28 with 51 seconds left, but we're starting to see the Big Blue find their rhythm.
You know, 2 games between these two schools that have gone Illinois Wesleyan's way. The last time out was an 83-52 win for the Titans. But the Big Blue are playing a different style of basketball right now. And we talked in the open about how it's extremely hard to beat a team 3 times. And, you know, down 14 might not be, in one person's mind, the ideal situation, and it's surely not the ideal situation for Millikin. But in their heads, they know that they're playing good basketball, and they know they just got to do a little bit more each of the next 2 quarters, and they can come out on top of this one.
Some first half stats. It's been a 3-point shooting barrage in terms of attempts. Millikin 5 of 10 from 3-point land. Illinois Wesleyan 4 of 13. And that was something that kept the Big Blue in the neighborhood. The first game between these two teams down in Decatur, they made 8 threes. And Wesleyan didn't break it open really until the fourth quarter. It was a different story 2 weeks ago. In terms of field goal percentage, Titans at 43.2, 16 of 37. Millikin at 10 of 21, so there's the field goal attempt differential of 17, favoring the green and white. Illinois Wesleyan's leading scorer is Kate Palmer with 15. She's the lone Titan in double figures. Lauren Huber, the closest to double-double watch, with 8 points to go along with 9 rebounds. Mallory Powers with just 3 points, so she's 29 off of 1,000 points for her career. For Millikin, it's been balanced. Bella Dudley is the lone Big Blue in double figures with 10. Emily White with 6. Kylie Block with 5. Nikel Johnson with just 2. She picked up 2 early fouls and was limited.
You know, when you shoot the 3 ball so drastically different, and when I say drastically different, they've made nearly the same amount, but it's the difference in the amount of attempts. You got to give Millikin a hand in that they're able to drain them from deep. I mean, look also at 11 steals and the amount of turnovers being 17 for Millikin. Those two go hand in hand. 17 turnovers in one half is not something you can be celebrating if you're Coach Hammer in the locker room. I mean, you have to be talking about slowing that down, but it's really because of the 11 steals and the aggressive tempo of the Titans that is creating so many of those balls going the other way.
Semifinal Friday in the CCIW, and the Titan men on the back of the freshman Josh Fridman advanced to the CCIW championship game with a 70-65 win against Augustana. They led by 20 in the first half. The Vikings didn't go away quiet, but Fridman, his best performance of the year, more than 20 points, clutch at the free throw line. And the Titan men will await the winner of the second semifinal between Carthage and North Central. That's not one to fall asleep with. North Central has been the giant killer In the CCIW, they defeated Illinois Wesleyan. They defeated North Park. They played Carthage close in Kenosha. And now we wait to see who the Titan men will face off against in the conference championship. It's a guess. North Central up 33-31 with 3 minutes left in the first half. North of the border, Drew Gaston with 17 points. A.J. Williams with 6. The North Central defense suffocating on Riley Brooks. Just 5 points for the Northern Michigan transfer. Again, the winner of that game awaits the Titan men. The winner of the Titan women against Millikin will have Carroll tomorrow night in the women's championship. As for the second straight season, the Titans basketball programs like to have a busy championship Saturday in the CCIW. Illinois Wesleyan up 45-31, second half when we come back on IWSports.com.
At NCAA championships, noise is made here. Memories are made here. Champions win here. The only thing missing here is you. The NCAA Division III Softball Championship coming to Bloomington, Illinois this May. Get your tickets today at ncaa.com/tickets.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12-ounce sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them. Yeah. Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12-ounce sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
At the half, Illinois Wesleyan up 45-31. Matt Sossler alongside Caden Sexton. Sawyer White, one steal away from her 250th career swipe. The Titans as a team have forced 11 steals. Millikin has turned it over 17 times in the opening 20.
You know, you touched on it right before we went to break. The winner of this contest gets to play Carroll tomorrow to either take the tournament away from them take the title away from them, or let's watch Carroll in front of their own eyes and take it for back-to-back years. It could be revenge for the Big Blue, or it can be revenge for Wesleyan, as Carroll beat Millikin in this kind of game. Yeah, last year 75-66, beating the Titans 88-78 in the finals.
And of course, there are many faces in the crowd today that were on the wrong end of that Carroll-Millikin game, most notably Elise Knutson. 2,000-point scorer in her collegiate career, now playing for the Illinois State Redbirds. They'll play tomorrow before the Titan women potentially have a chance to play against Carroll in the conference championship if this score holds. Millikin has looked good in the second quarter, but we'll have to see. We saw Carroll in the opening game come out on fire in the third. Wesleyan trying to do the same.
You know, if Wesleyan comes away with a big third quarter, they could put this thing to bed. However, the Big Blue are not far out of it. They just need to come out and stay close in this third quarter, and they can make a great push in the fourth and easily get a win. All it takes is some quick tempo, heavy starts, and get some baskets. All you gotta do is the name of the game is scoring, but it's not too complicated. Quit the turnovers, leave the turnovers in the first half, and get some more buckets, and they're right back in this one. I mean, looking at the scoreboard, seeing 14 might be a big deficit, but it's not when you think about 20 minutes left to play.
It's honestly a lot closer. If you took every other stat line outside of field goal percentages and the score right now, you'd think that the Titans will be up by at least 20, but Millikin has been able to keep this game at an arm's length. They trail by 14. Titans led by as many as 17 within the last minute of the second quarter. We'll be back with second half action on IWSports.com.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And. Here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships, attendance is encouraged, passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Approaching the start of the second half in Bloomington in the second CCIW semifinal. The winner gets Carroll in tomorrow's championship game. Matt Sosler alongside Caden Sexton. Titans up by 14. Coach Kirsten Hammer is going to have to launch a comeback if she wants the Big Blues season to continue. And with more on the first-year head coach, here's Alex Bardinitis.
Thank you, Matt. Kristen Hammer was a Women's Basketball Coaches Association 30 under 30 honoree in 2022. Hammer is the 4th head coach in program history and joined Millikin after spending 5 seasons on the staff of UW Whitewater. As the associate head coach under Carrie Carollo, Hammer coached 3 NCAA tournament teams, including appearances in the national championship game, the Elite 8, and the Final 16. She coached the 2024 Jostens Trophy winner, 2 All-Americans, and the 3-time WIAC Player of the Year. Back to you, Matt.
Thank you, Alex. Of course, that being Aaliyah Grundle of Wisconsin Whitewater, winning the Jostens. Came into the Shirk Center last year and put on a display against this Titan squad. And Whitewater still alive in the WIAC. They'll take on Oshkosh tomorrow in the WIAC championship, a game that means a lot to Illinois Wesleyan. If Whitewater is able to take the tournament title over Oshkosh, considering the Titans win over Whitewater in November, that gives a little bit more of a boost to the NPI, which we split hairs with at this time of year. So the more your opponent does and the better they play, the better it impacts you.
It's like when you're shaking hands post-game with a non-conference opponent or even a conference opponent who's on the lower end of the scale. You're wishing them the best of luck the rest of their way in all seriousness, because their wins benefit you at the end of the year.
That game tomorrow between Whitewater and Oshkosh, another Wisconsin team already has a conference title berth. That is Carroll, who await the winner of the Titans and the Big Blue.
Both teams will have the same starting 5.
Coach Smith, per usual, going with the first 5 to start the third quarter. Same with Coach Hammer.
Little interesting to me, you're not bringing out Nikel Johnson. They brought her out a little bit in the end of that second quarter, playing with 2 fouls, but you need a spark right now if you're the Big Blue. You're down 14 and you've been playing good, you've been staying in it, but you need to put the pedal to the metal right here.
Titans begin with possession. Bardick, mismatch, beautiful give and go.
You know, they didn't want the paint as the first option in the first half, but they relied on it heavy in the second quarter after the 3 wasn't working. It shows why there.
Press break from the Big Blue. Hay with the answer.
And, you know, that's what's going to keep happening in this game. The press is strong, and the press works a lot, and the press gets a lot of turnovers. But if you break it, it's clean, open basketball.
Hay with 5 points. Bardick Rebounded by White.
Great shot there by Bardick, just a hair off. Nothing to complain about if you're Coach Smith.
Titans getting lost down low, and Hay has 4 straight.
This is exactly what you need if you're the Big Blue. Just keep ticking away at it, nicking it down.
Titans slow it down on the offensive end.
Not the style of play you normally see from this group.
Powers. Answers in the post.
That's Powers' just 5th point of this contest.
Powers, one of the many Titans to preach. It doesn't matter who steals the basketball. Huber with a freeway.
And hopefully that brings back up her confidence after shooting 2 for 7 in the first half. She's a cornerstone for this group, and they've got a lot of stars, but she might be the top of the pyramid.
Huber with 10 points. She's finishing double figures in all but 2 games this year. No whistle and a bucket from Emily White.
Coach Smith, I think, wanted a charge, doesn't get it, and instead Millikin keeps getting closer.
Bardick. Another 2-man effort. Second chance. Palmer. Third opportunity. No whistle.
There was 4 blue shirts in the paint there when Huber took that shot. She was the lone one. If she got that rebound, it would have been impossible.
Renisen too much. In transition, Bardick. Titans a little slow here in the second half. White got past Huber. Huber with 10 points and 10 rebounds. That's her 5th double-double of the year, 27th of her career.
6 of the last 5 shots have gone in for the Big Blue right now.
Bardick is able to get the Titans back on the board. White, tapped out of bounds. Titans get it back. You saw White be a little conservative on that skip pass. Uncharacteristic of her, but it worked out in the situation.
One switch for the Titans, it's Knutson, but 3 in, including the newcomer of the year, Nikel Johnson, for the Big Blue.
Just 2 points for the All-CCIW selectee. And Coach Smith countering with Knutson. Huber. Powers. Palmer gives the Titans another go and gets it. Palmer's got 17.
Titans have no fear shooting in the paint, no matter how many blue jerseys are in there with them.
Johnson on Knutson. Foul on Knutson, that's her 2nd.
You know, they brought Knutson in, as you mentioned, Matt, once Nikel Johnson was going or got checked into the game. They've been putting the 2 of them up against each other, and Nikel Johnson won that matchup.
Johnson's first trip to the free throw line. Shooting 64% this year. Millikin 6 of 9 from the stripe as a team today.
One free throw, Nikel Johnson.
Huber ran out of room. Powers has her pocket picked. Carter with a fast break bucket.
Carter picked it twice there, wasn't able to hold on to the first one, but then did it again off the rip.
Palmer fouled on her way up. That's the first fast break point for Millikin today.
Foul on number 23, Bella Dudley.
That's Dudley's first, and the team's first of the quarter.
The Titans, Kate Palmer. Ava Bardick checks in for the Titans. She replaces Lauren Huber.
Bardick in for Huber. Palmer's career high is 22. She's done that twice. Now with 19.
2 free throws. Kate Palmer.
5 for 6 from the free throw line today for Palmer. 81% shooter on the year.
Carter against a pair. Batted at the line by Bali. Powers with no problem.
That's what the press does to teams.
Fast moving the other way, and White responds.
That's what it does to teams when it works so successfully.
Media timeout. We'll take it with them. Titans at 59-44, midway through the third on IWSports.com.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Midway through the third, Illinois Wesleyan has kept Millikin at an arm's length, outscoring the Big Blue 14-13 since halftime. Matt Sosler, Caden Sexton, the winner, gets Carroll tomorrow night in the CCIW Championship. And Caden, so far in this third quarter, it's been back and forth, but Wesleyan has certainly reaped the rewards of points off turnovers. In the half court, you could say Millikin's been the better basketball team.
You know, exactly right. It's been the turnover game all game that has kept the Titans ahead. But you know, the three ball is working for Millikin, and they're playing with confidence. And when they play with confidence, they make their shots, and it's been keeping them right next door, right near the door.
Bardick on the feed. Powers rejected by Bruneisen. You don't see a ton of blocks from these teams. Dudley lost her footing, no travel. Johnson with the rebound.
She just stripped that ball right out of two Titans' hands.
Big Blue reset. Bardick with the front, knocks it out of bounds. Stays with Millikin with 10 to shoot.
Possession stays with the Big Blue. Lauren Huber checking back into the Titans.
Huber in for Powers. Sawyer White comes in for Kate Palmer.
Huber was always getting checked back in. Sawyer White flew off that bench when the whistle blew for Huber to come in.
Bardick knocks it out of bounds.
Millikin wants a three. They want the extra point to get back in this game, but Sawyer White and the Titans don't want to let him shoot from back deep.
7 on the shot clock. White lost it out of bounds.
Position Titans.
Illinois Wesleyan slowing things down. They're not playing with their same tempo, but now they're getting the motions active.
Knudsen. Baseline against Johnson. Bardick raises another. She's got 16. Her second three of the day. Foul against Bardick. That's her second.
They've let Bardick take 8 from beyond the arc. Matt, they have all the confidence in her in the world, whether she's on or off, to just make the 3 when they need them to.
One of the top 3-point shooters in the league and nationally.
Well, and on the other side of the floor, Kylie Block has the number 2 3-point percentage in the conference. So far today, she's just 1 for 3.
Eisen, advantage against White. Dudley to the 10. She's got 12. Knutson one-on-one. Bali lost it. Tellis probably should have gone all the way. Eisen loses it. Millikin is doing a good job with the shot fakes on Wesleyan. White loses it out of bounds.
Tellis had a really interesting series there. She fell almost to her back on the ground, guarding out in the wing, but lost the dribble, was the Wesleyan ball handler, so she had to get rid of it. Then Tellis came back, got the steal, and then lost it again on the offensive side.
Another timeout. And we'll take another 30 seconds. Titans up 62-46, under 3 to go in the third on IWSports.com.
At NCAA championships, noise is made here. Memories are made here. Champions win here. The only thing missing here is you. The NCAA Division III Softball Championship coming to Bloomington, Illinois this May. Get your tickets today at ncaa.com/tickets.
Waning moments of the third quarter in the second CCIW semifinal. Matt Sosser alongside Caden Sexton. Titans up 62-46. Both teams turning it loose from three-point land. 3 of their last 4 from behind the arc. But we started to see play on both sides get a little sloppy before shots were even taken.
You know, turnovers are going to impact a game. There's no question about that. 21 for Millikin, 9 for Illinois Wesleyan. And it's just trying to feed it to passing lanes that aren't there, and the aggressive style of defensive turnovers and steals that Wesleyan strides themselves on, like right there.
Picked off by Bardick. Knutson overruns Huber right on the doorstep.
She knows where her teammates are and is able to correct her mistakes on her own. Huber there to help get the bucket.
Tellis in big trouble, intercepted by Huber. Palmer out of bounds.
That's 1 for 5 in the quarter, 5 for 18 in this game from beyond the arc for Wesleyan. They feel no fear from shooting that deep, but with 31 points in the paint, 32 points in the paint, why not keep trying to drive?
Mismatch. Bardick with the tap. Stays with Millikin.
This big blue team needs to take a deep breath and calm down. Once they get across that midline, their 10-second clock is up, and they get to play their own brand of basketball. Right now, they feel too frantic once they cross. The time is still ticking, and it's resulting in these turnovers, these out-of-bounds, and these just poor shot attempts.
And resets.
Right there, Sawyer White tipped it away again.
Fortunate bounce for Eisen. Long 3, White buries it. Emily White with 15 points. Her second 3.
8 rebounds, 15 points for White. Last time these two teams saw, she had 10 and 4.
White drops a dot inside. Foul on the paint. Goes against the big blue. It's on Emily White. That's her second.
And the team's second. Tellis checks back in for the big blue.
Tellis in for block. Huber one-on-one. Pass misfired.
Well, no surprise, Tellis getting right back into the game after taking just barely a sip of water. She has the most minutes per game during conference play in the CCIW with 34.6.
Coming off a 40-point game, or 40-minute game rather, against Carthage in the quarterfinal. Pass it off of White. Knutson can't save it. But that's honestly to her benefit. It creates a dead ball situation.
Probably a step behind, and as you said, Matt, if she threw that in, who knows who would have gotten their hands on it, and with a broken defense, what would have happened?
Grenai's in. Out of bounds off of, should be Millikin, and it is.
I mean, a great extra effort there, a great attempt to try, but clearly still Wesleyan ball. Their defense hasn't been broken in the last couple minutes.
Less than a minute left in the third. White fouled by Dudley. That's her second. Both teams with a few fouls to give. That's Millikin's third. Titans with 2. Palmer, some trouble on the inbound. Back to the basket, behind the back.
Bardick just attacked the weak side from behind the defender and able to get a clean bucket.
Sawyer White, a steal. Count it! No basket. Would have been the Sawyer White special with a steal and a side of 2 points, a chance for 3. But they call it on the ground. That is Millikin's 4th.
Yeah, taking a look at this replay, it's really hard to tell. I think it was definitely a shot.
We play on regardless. And now we get a conference.
Question is, do they go to the monitor?
This would not fall under the initial replay. Doesn't look like they're going to administer free throws as everybody just resets.
They put an extra 7 seconds on the shot clock.
So a clock review. Huber, count it, and another on the house.
Sawyer White might have gotten hers taken away. Lauren Huber decides to get it back for her.
That was on Kylie Block. That's her second.
Block's second, team's 5th. You could say that favors Illinois Wesleyan. They get the extra foul on Millikin there.
They get the extra foul, and instead, Millikin's still going to get the last shot, but now they get to take a breather.
You get the same value. You get 3 points.
Right. They don't have to worry about they don't have to worry about the losing my track of my words. They don't have to worry about having to run down the court and try and see if they would go for a 2-for-1 kind of special. They were able to kill the clock just enough that now they can just play their game.
Shot clock off. Titans in a modified R&J.
That definitely throws off the big blue.
Johnson with trouble. Turnover. 10 seconds left, and the Titans lead by 20. A chance for 23 as Bardick comes back in for Sawyer White.
Also, Malia Carter into the big blue. She replaces Kylie Watt.
Five seconds. Volley to Bardick. And that is how the third quarter ends. However, the Titans going on a 5-0 run over the last 91 seconds. This was a quarter that looked like Millikin was able to claw back just a hair, but the Titans, in the final furlong, are able to re-cement themselves. We head to the final 10 of regulation. Titans up 20 on IWSports.com. A spot in the conference title game on the line for Illinois Wesleyan or Millikin. It's the top-seeded Titans with a 20-point advantage over their rivals to the south. Matt Sossler alongside Caden Sexton. Those last 90 seconds for the Titans proving a big difference in this game.
Well, the Titans were able to stay strong on defense, force more turnovers, and even with whistles for or against them, we'll let that be hearsay. They were still able to make some shots, and they end the third quarter with the largest lead so far of the contest at 20 points.
3 Titans in double figures. Kate Palmer leads the way with 19, Ava Bardick with 18, and Lauren Huber with a double-double, 15 points and 10 boards. The Big Blue begin with possession. To Johnson, taken away.
Yeah, that hit her in the hand. Maybe it was a little too hot. Maybe she wasn't ready for it. Nonetheless, hit her hand, then ricocheted into the arms of the Titans.
Titans playing a little bit of time and score. Bali wanted the back door. Bardick. Got to get something up. Palmer can't get the emergency. Tapped around. Foul on Powers.
You know, that's not the shot you wanted, but my goodness, Matt, that was an incredible heave out of nowhere. If you're Coach Smith, you would love to just get a clean shot, but you're going to celebrate that in practice tomorrow.
It also gives you a chance for an offensive rebound.
That's the more important part.
On the mishandle. For Eisen. 5 to shoot. Emily White can't close. Powers with the snare. Hit all around by Johnson.
You know, she was grabbing for her face and wanted the call, and then Johnson came back for more once there was no whistle.
And we'll see if blood is drawn. That might warrant a visit to the monitor as athletic trainer Erin Rozier heads out to the court.
Smith almost crossed that halfway mark, wanting to check in on her player, but also see what exactly was going on and what this discussion between the officials is going to be about.
Erin heads out to see if Powers requires any additional maintenance. And it looks like the officials may go to the monitor, considering blood was drawn. That should warrant a visit to the table to see if this is getting upgraded to a flagrant 1 on Johnson.
You know, the first one didn't seem intentional, but then once she was kind of grabbing at her face and went back and Johnson got a little bit more aggressive, that's when the whistle needed to have blown immediately, and it was.
A timeout, further review. It's 2 things when you look at upgrading a flagrant, and one of the features we have here at the Shirk Center is you're able to see what the officiating crew sees. Right on your screen is what we see, and as you look at it right then and there, Caden, just like you said, you got the initial there. It's hard to see when the fist comes up, but there's multiple points of contact, and this is not hockey. It's not like if there's blood on a high sticking, it's a double minor. However, it's high contact. What they're looking for is high contact to the head that might not be a basketball play. Now, where this would get really spicy is if they deem it unnecessary, then we could get an upgrade to potentially a flagrant 2, which is disqualification for Johnson. I don't think we'll go there, considering they were still fighting for it, but it might warrant a flagrant 1.
Yeah, I think a flagrant 2, like you said, Matt, is a little bit out of the picture just because it wasn't that aggressive. It wasn't an aggressive and a malicious act. It was more playing for the ball. However, it got out of hand towards the end, so I think that's why they're reviewing it for the flagrant 1.
The difference, 2 shots in the ball for the Titans, or a ball out of bounds for Illinois Wesleyan. As they continue to look at this, Titans leading by 20. Nobody has scored in the early stages of this fourth quarter. As we continue to glance at the angle the officiating crew has. Let's see if they bring the third in. Doesn't look like that'll be the case. That means they have a verdict. Usually, sometimes you'll see the third official rotate around when we have a split decision.
It looks like they're still talking about it, though. They do want to have a discussion before they either bring the third official in or before they go and tell the table what the news is.
Again, a review. It was called a common foul on the floor. And the review is to escalate it to a flagrant, whether it be 1 or 2. And Coach Smith getting an explanation. Coach Hammer has yet to get an answer.
Referees lining up at the baseline, so I think we do have our verdict.
It's a common foul.
Common foul, possession to the Titans.
Amongst all that, that is Johnson's third, with 8.5 left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, with 8.5 left, she's going to stay out there, and she's already putting herself back to work. They should try and attack her if you're the Titans.
They go down low. Knutson with a split. Huber with the assist. That's her fourth. Big Blue continue to work the timer. White, much needed 3.
Emily White continues to drain baskets. That's her 17th point. She's 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. With her 9 rebounds, she's 1 away from a double-double.
Palmer, and 1.
On the other side of the floor, there's Kate Palmer. She's now got 21, and with this free throw, has the chance to tie her career high.
That is her third.
On Dudley, her third.
And Mallory Powers.
Good to see Mallory Powers re-enter for Lauren Huber.
And Katie Knutson.
Knutson also exits. Palmer to match her career high. No doubt.
Sawyer White also checked back in and was immediately trying to ask across the way what the game plan is. A little bit of confusion, but I think they got it under control.
At this point, you start to weigh pressures. And it's not a matter of taking it off. It's a matter of how do you change it. Carter in trouble. 2 seconds to get it over. Intercepted by Powers. Another point off turnover. That's the 36th point off a turnover for Illinois Wesleyan. A little less than half.
And 42 from the paint.
Foul on Bali.
That was on the Titans. That is her third.
Her third.
And the team's second.
Team's second.
Dudley Ann Block return.
Titans up by 24, matches their largest lead.
And Carter.
I'm guessing the next 90 seconds will dictate what Coach Smith does with her bench. If this score holds, they got another one tomorrow. Something that this Titan team is used to. They're no strangers to it, and not only no strangers to playing back-to-back days, but playing in back-to-back dogfights. More on that later on in the fourth quarter. Dudley, too much. Inside out, Bali. Second go. Powers, relentless tie-up, stays here.
You know, they tried passing it around the arc initially. The 3 was unsuccessful, even though they got the open look they wanted, and so they decided to try the paint.
Titans on the offensive glass, out-rebounding Millikin 12-3. I'm sure Dr. Bob Spear is having a great night filled with Titan basketball. Bardick with plenty of space. No doubt. She's got 23.
That's her third triple.
Bardick's season high is 27. Another shot fake to success for Millikin. Hey. The scoreless spell continues for Millikin. They don't have a bucket in the last minute. Sophie Feeney takes a knee at the scorer's bench.
The sophomore from Normal Community High School. That's kind of a sign of where this game is going, Matt, if that's who gets checked in next for Smith's team.
Feeney has some rotation minutes, and also the more notable check-in is for the first time in over a month, Laura Malum enters the ball game
Also checking in for the Titans, number 15, Laura Malum.
Malum has been out with a leg injury since the first time these teams met back in late January, has been working tirelessly in practice to get ready for this time of year. It's the postseason, and Laura Malum, her numbers obviously don't show much this year considering the time she's missed, but she is one of their best, if not their best, interior defenders, which, if this score stays put, they'll have their hands full tomorrow with Natalie Gracious down low.
Well, and it's exactly why Smith wants to get her in right now. She wants her to get comfortable playing, not just in the big moment, but just back out there. I mean, she's wearing a knee brace, so it's not like she's 1,000% right now. So she needs just to get some minutes to feel comfortable in case she does need to go in tomorrow due to foul trouble or to just play paint D against Gracious.
Knutson from the right block. It's also getting acclimated to the fast style of play that the Titans run.
That's something not easy on your leg, not easy on your knee when you haven't been playing for over a month. To go so hard on it.
Dudley, 3 seconds. Tellis up and under. And a foul before the shot clock expired.
That was on Mallory
Powers is third. Martha Lippick also heads to check in, the Oak Park River Forest native. So now Coach Smith starts to rotate.
Also into the game, number 40, Martha Lippick replaces.
Currently with the middle third of her rotation. Powers, the only starter still left. And it might not be for long as Luigi Lamb gets ready to head in. Powers with the rebound. That's her 9th.
One away from a double-double, but it'll be interesting to see if she stays in to try and earn it.
Bali fouled by Tellis. That's her third.
That was on number 7.
It's a team fourth, so Titans shoot the rest of the way.
Lamb in for Powers, and if that's it for her, 7 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 steals. Lamb, the freshman out of Hong Kong. Lippick, double dribble. The next question to ask is, who is the next out? One would guess it'd be Sarah Bali at the under 5 media.
Well, if you're the Big Blue, you just have to keep playing strong. You'll probably see a couple more of these seniors come into the game, or at least stay in if they...
However, a point of emphasis, Emily White's got 20. Finishing off her season, if the Big Blue can't complete the comeback strong.
And she is a senior, one from Sullivan, Illinois.
So what a way to go out. And similar to Wheaton, as we see Christina Rice head in at the next stoppage. Talk more about Millikin and their path to this day. We get a break in the action. Berneisen.
That was some great aggression from the freshman from Hong Kong.
Jump ball.
10 out, Millikin.
No. Actually, they'll give Coach Hammer the benefit of the timeout. That favors Illinois Wesleyan, considering they maintain possession arrow. But Millikin, similar to Wheaton, a lot of turnover. Millikin, between last year and this year, lost 75% of their scoring, 61% of their rebounding, and 65% of their assists. And that is a big margin to make up for, especially with a first-year head coach. Olivia Lett moving on to Illinois Springfield. So the Big Blue, they lost a lot, and they were not expected to make it to semifinal Friday. And you could say with the help of Nicole Johnson, Matea Tellis filling the void, Emily Berneisen, they've been able to stay afloat.
It's incredibly hard to make that kind of a transition overnight, especially in a coach's first year, but they've shown positive strides.
While they may not be the Millikin team of last year, they certainly have accelerated, if you were to call this a rebuild. I don't think it's a rebuild by any means if you're playing this late in the season. Lamb, bullseye.
A deep three for the freshman.
That's what she does. That is her MO. And the Titans lead again by 30, matching their largest of the night. Tellis, the answer, goes down.
Matea Tellis.
It's the first attempted three ball for Tellis, despite her playing the team high 32 points. Or 32 minutes, excuse me.
Titans again playing some time and score. Lamb again. What else?
All smiles on the Wesleyan bench right now.
I'm sure she'll get another three-point attempt the next time Wesleyan gets the basketball. No answer there. Let's see if Lamb calls her own number.
She doesn't for now.
Feeney on the drive. Lippick in a battle with Rice.
You know, great move there by Rice. She didn't have the right side of that bounce.
Way off. Lamb with the corral. Rice played a big role last year for Millikin. Minutes limited this year, and you can see why she was such a big piece a season ago. Coming in and saying no to Martha Lippick. And now we start to see the deeper part of the bench for Coach Hammer. Tatum Young checks in. Hannah Ermeling into the game.
A lot of switches for the Big Blue as well. Letting some seniors get some last minutes.
Lamb's open on the wing. Back-to-back blocks for Millikin. I guess she's still on track for a heat check. Young way wide. Because she didn't miss on a three. Depends on what backyard you're playing in terms of the house rules.
You'd be correct in that, Madden. She wanted it, she thought about it, instead she gives it to her teammate.
Mackenzie Huber and Peyton Jacob, along with Liv Myers, ready to enter for Illinois Wesleyan. Lippick, Epps. Not there. Lamb. Shot clock violation.
You know, she was fighting for a jump there, and she probably would have gotten it if it went off the rim.
I was waiting to see which whistle came first. If they call a tie-up before the shot clock expired, in which case it would stay with Wesleyan and they'd have to throw up an emergency. But given the situation, Titans up by 30. Call the shot clock. Move on.
Lamb to the bench and getting some lessons, some pointers, but also some high fives and some happy faces.
Maggie Schrag off the toe. Myers with the rebound. Under a minute to play. Titans outscoring Millikin 18-8 in this fourth quarter. Epps strong to the 10. That's a big point considering that at this juncture, the last time these two teams met, Millikin was dominant in the fourth quarter, went on an 11-0 run to end the day. Count it and the foul for Bella Dudley. And while that can happen when you have a few days off, you don't want to end with that sour taste in your mouth.
14th point for Dudley. She can if she makes this, she's got a 15th with a rebound, a block.
Completes the three-point play. No stop signs from the Titans with a 5-second difference.
When you're letting the lower part of your bench play, I wouldn't expect a stop sign.
Epps blocked again. Mackenzie Huber puts her name on the scorer's book. Millikin for the last shot. Bella Dudley with likely the last bucket. Here comes the stop sign.
Bench never stood down once Mackenzie Huber made that shot.
And the Titans book a rematch tomorrow night with the Carroll Pioneers for the CCIW crown. They complete the trilogy over their rivals to the south. 3 wins, all in no doubt, over the Big Blue.
On the conclusion of the season in a hard-fought contest, and we hope to see you all tomorrow night for the championship game featuring the Titans of Illinois Wesleyan and the Carroll University Pioneers.
Well, Caden, it was kept at an arm's length for the first 2.5 quarters. But at the end of it all, the Titans, similar to what Carroll did in the early third, putting the foot on the gas and never looking back.
You know, they couldn't figure out the 3-ball early, but that did not matter at the end of the day. They were confident throughout. They continued to make the turnovers. They continued to get the steals. They excelled at every other aspect of the game, and at the end of the day, they were able to just make the defense got a little bit stronger, the offense got a little bit stronger, and then with how they had already been playing, those 2 facets just took it away by storm.
A quick timeout. You see Katie Gonzalez looking at the box score. You can pick a name out of a hat to see who comes up to join us right after this with Coach Smith on IWSports.com.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships, attendance is encouraged, passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Titans a winner, 89-62 over their rivals, the Millikin Big Blue. Matt Slosser alongside today's player of the game, Ava Bardick, finished with 23 points. Ava, you were on a trip back to the CCIW Championship. You're able to win in convincing fashion, keep some legs fresh. Take me through the game.
Yep. I mean, the whole game plan was kind of just to keep them off the three-point line, and obviously in the first half we weren't able to succeed at that, but we talked about it in the locker room, kind of locking down our defense, and I mean, they played a great game. They came out with fire. We knew they would because it could possibly be the last game of their season. So they played great, especially in the first half, and I think what it came down to was defense and our R&J. I know we forced 27 turnovers maybe. Oh yeah, there you go. 27 turnovers. So I think it really came down to defense.
And also, as an extension of that, points off turnovers. Nearly half your points came off of those.
Yeah, I mean, Coach she really emphasizes just finishing off of his turnover. The amount of times in practice we go over like our R&J, and when we don't finish a layup after a steal, we get yelled at like crazy, and it's valid. It's completely valid. So we've really honed in on that this season, so I think that came through today.
Because that's a big momentum swing.
Yeah,
in a game,
sure.
You get a turnover, can't do anything with it. Other team goes back, they just caught a break. It's huge to cash in on those.
For sure.
Another win in the CCIW semifinals. After a long layoff, You mentioned Millikin sort of stayed at arm's length over the first half, but that last 90 seconds of the third quarter, Lauren with the and one, you're able to eclipse 20-point lead, you're able to separate yourself, and then the fourth quarter was smooth sailing. How important was that last 90 seconds of the third to change the tenor of the game?
For sure. It was so important. I mean, coming into halftime when you're not playing your best is usually tough. So being able to finish that quarter strong was huge because we kind of had the momentum behind us. I think that even if we didn't finish out that quarter as strong as we did, we would have been okay. But I think that having that little swing toward our side was really, really positive for us coming into the third quarter.
You have less than 24 hours to get ready for the CCIW championship game. This is something that you're used to. Played Calvin and Hope, two formidable programs back-to-back, the Midwest Challenge, DePaul and Wash U back-to-back. Mm-hmm. Not even going to dive into Texas and what happened there, but what's the plan over the next 20 and now 23 hours to get the body right, to get ready to go against the Carroll team that had a similar day to you guys?
Yeah, I mean, obviously just get some sleep, and then tomorrow kind of get in the gym, do some scout. Obviously, we know Carroll really well, like the back of our hand, and they know us like the back of their hand. So it'll just come down to our scout and kind of just playing the way we do. I mean, they're a great team. They're really, really well coached, and I think that it'll just come down to, I don't know, whoever wants it more, I guess.
Carroll will need to win for a chance to continue their season. They certainly have the edge. The Titans want revenge after Carroll cut the Nets down a year ago. Matt Sasser alongside tonight's player of the game, Ava Bardick. Ava, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Coach Smith joins us on the other side on IWSports.com. Back post-game following the Titans CCIW semifinal win over Millikin. Matt Sasser alongside Titan head coach Maya Smith. And coach, you're able to pull away at the end of the third quarter, leave this game in no doubt. But this game, no matter how tight it was at the half and how much Millikin kept you at an arm's length, you got to love the run and jump from start to finish.
Absolutely. My favorite part of my ball game is watching us run and jump. I thought our girls played a very unified game. We got production all the way down through our lineup. Love Luigi Lamb's 2 3-pointers coming off the bench. Cold. How does somebody do that cold? I don't know. But the first ball, she thought I had time to get mad and then happy all in the same shot. It was up there so high. But, yeah, really good all-around game. And our defense, which we talk about all the time, our defense is what makes us go.
Millikin never led in this game. You're able to play how you want to play, impose your will. Beating a team 3 times in a year is never easy. Nonetheless, a team like Millikin, who just came off an upset, has been playing their best basketball over the last week. And after the layoff with the bye, how important was it to get on the right track right away?
Oh, it was great. We had a couple of really good practices. We took the day off on Tuesday. The girls had a watch party, so they watched the games just to see who we were going to play. Again, I thought we did a lot of really good things in this ball game. We look fresh. I don't think we look tired at all, so really excited about that because this time of year you can be easily tired, and we look fresh.
Before we dive into the next 24 hours, both Ava Bardick and Kate Palmer, it seemed that in the first half, whenever Millikin showed some sign of life, whether it was on the defensive side or the offensive side, diving for a loose ball, getting fouled just to slow things down, they were able to recontrol the momentum. Tell me about their performances.
Yeah, I thought, anytime Ava loads to shoot, I get excited about that. There's a smile on my face before the ball even leaves her hand. And I thought Kate Palmer's leadership today, some of the things you probably couldn't tell, her leadership was exceptional today. And, it takes followers in order for a leader to be really great. And I thought our girls really listened to what she needed to say, and we executed out of it. So
you have 23 hours to rest up. You're obviously no stranger to this. Even this year alone, playing a stacked field in the Midwest Challenge, a stacked field in Michigan, and then Texas, where you had maybe 10 minutes to prepare from Trinity to East Texas Baptist. What are the next handful of hours going to look like getting ready for a Carroll team that didn't have the toughest of games today, and they're going to be ready to go tomorrow.
Yep. And a great team. And, we should talk a little bit, too, about how good Millikin is. You mentioned it, that they had gotten better. We knew in our prep that the three-point ball was going to be a strength for them. If they could shoot the three, they could stay in the game because that's how they beat Carthage. So hats off, first of all, to Kristen Hammer and her girls. They are really an improved team this year. As far as our game plan, we'll be playing them for the third time. The second game here, we started with a deficit, and we can't do that. If we can start the way we need to start against them and then finish the game, it'll be a lot easier than what it looked like that first time through.
The Titans rematch against the Carroll Pioneers tomorrow night, and hoping that they have the scissors when it's all said and done. Matt Sossler alongside head coach Maya Smith following the Titans semifinal win over Millikin. We'll wrap up the show when we come back on IWSports.com.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And. Here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
Wrapping things up from the Shirk Center in the CCIW semis, Matt Sossler, Caden Sexton. Carroll with a dominant win in the first semi. Illinois Wesleyan holding their seed 89-62 over Millikin. We have a rematch tomorrow night at the Shirk Center, but before we look ahead, Kate Palmer and Ava Bardick both north of 20, 23 for Ava, 22 for Kate. Lauren Huber with a double-double, 15 and 10. So she continues to climb the ladder in that regard. Mallory Powers, 7 points to go along with 9 rebounds for Millikin. Bella Dudley with 17 and Emily White with 20. They were the two players that kind of kept Millikin in this game. Unfortunately, Nicole Johnson was pretty much a non-factor, just 3 points, got into foul trouble. Matia Tellis with 5 and Emily Berneisen with 3. Those were the players that got him here on Tuesday in Kenosha. And they didn't provide the same amount of production here tonight.
When the newcomer of the league in Nicole Johnson only puts up 3 points, your team's going to have a rough day, and they weren't able to really build off of her off night, and that resulted in the outcome. I mean, let's face it, Illinois Wesleyan had its best defense in the fourth quarter, and their second half offense was too strong and just kept ticking away and getting a bigger and bigger lead.
Titans forced 27 turnovers and turned it into 36 points. That's a recipe you'll look at any day and be extremely proud. And now the Titans turn their attention to tomorrow. Both the Titan men and the Titan women. The men winners over Augustana in narrow fashion, and they will play in the conference championship tomorrow. Still waiting on the final between NCC and Carthage. That game was close last we checked, but for the Titan women, it's a rematch against Carroll. Same story as last year, where the Titans took the 2 in the regular season, and Carroll comes in with a chance with a little bit more pressure. Last year, we knew heading into the conference tournament that the CCIW, if it held nearly standard, which it did, would get 3 teams in to the conference tournament. Update from Kenosha. Still too close to call. Carthage up by 3, 2 minutes left. But going back to the Titans and Carroll this year doesn't have that same luxury. If they lose tomorrow, barring a massive disarray around the rest of the country, their season comes to an end. So there's going to be a lot more pressure from Carroll. You have 2 of the top players in the conference in Lauren Huber and Olivia Rangel. Natalie Grecius, another top scorer. This is a game where you have 8 all-conference players going at it tomorrow night.
It should be a very fun contest. you said it best. You've got Olivia Grancious. You have Olivia Rangel, you have Natalie Gracious. They're the number 1, they're the number 2 scorers in this conference. But then you look at Illinois Wesleyan, 5, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but all 5 starters on the all-conference team. That's just not very much heard of. I mean, it's the first time it's happened since they started giving out the award. Tomorrow should be a good battle. Illinois Wesleyan's gotten the better upper hand in the matchup this year, winning both contests. However, they didn't want those two. They want the one that happens tomorrow night, and Carroll knows that their season's odds of staying alive if they don't sneak one away tomorrow are very slim.
Extra motivation for the Pioneers as they try to keep their season alive and win back-to-back conference titles. Illinois Wesleyan, I talked with Lauren Huber after the Augustana game. She was sitting on the Titan bench watching Carroll cut the nets down. That image remains in her mind to this day, and she has a chance to take it all right back and win the last battle between her and Olivia Rangel, 2 of the conference's perennial stars over the last 4 years. The storylines are all there. The script has wrote itself out. And now, as some great Division III philosophers will say, we throw the spreadsheets out, we throw the computers out, we put the ball down, and we go tomorrow night on the basketball court. The rematch, Illinois Wesleyan versus Carroll, number 1 versus number 2 in the conference for the conference championship, a chance to cut down the nets, to punch your tickets, and an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. And with that, that'll wrap up our coverage on Semifinal Friday for our entire crew. Katie Gonzalez and the entire athletic communications department. Dylan Meyer, Tyler Wilson, and Caleb Himes, our entire streaming crew here in Bloomington. For Caden Sexton and Alex Bardenitis, I'm Matt Sossler. It's a busy weekend at the Shirk. Volleyball tomorrow as they take on Augustana. That's the undercard, and then the CCIW Championship for women's basketball at 7 o'clock. I will have the call pregame starting at 6:40 sharp right here on IWSports.com. Have a great rest of your Friday night.